Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil, that's Sam.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
We're Bars and Barbells, and today we're doing a video checking out Gladys Knight and the Pips, Midnight Train to Georgia. This is the first time we're going to do this crew on the channel, and it's a crew of a family. They've got a sister, which I believe is, sister-brother relationship. You know what I mean. Gladys Knight is
and her brother
is the lead singer. She's got a brother in there, and she's also got some cousins in there. So it's a family ordeal on this one.
Yeah, that's cool. And it has a R&B soul flavor, apparently.
Yeah. And won a Grammy Award in 1973, I believe.
And also went to the top of the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah. And they were popular in the 60s and the 70s. And this one is not an original. I think they adapted it from a song previously and then changed it. I think it was about Houston was the place they talked about in the original.
A plane to Houston.
Yeah. And this one is a midnight train to Georgia. So probably some lyrics have been adapted and changed, but this is the first time we're getting into them. So if you got insights down below, we appreciate that. We've learned so much on this channel from you guys in those comments, and we wouldn't be where we are today. So it's your channel as much as it is ours. And Sam, anything you want to add before we go?
No, I'm excited to check it out.
Before we start, we're not done yet.
Before we go into the video.
Yeah. Let's go into the video.
For the man, too much for the man. He couldn't make it, so he's leaving the life he's come to know. Ooh. He said he's going. He said he's going back to find. Going back to find. Ooh, what's left of his world? The world he left behind. Not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. Yeah. Said he's going back to a simpler place and time. Oh, yes, he is.
Okay, Gladys.
Midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. World is his and hers alone. He kept dreaming, ooh, that someday he'd be a star. A superstar, but he didn't get far. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true. Oh no, So he pawned all his hopes, and he even sold his old car. Bought a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Oh yes, he did. He said he would. Oh, he's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Yeah. Said he's going back to find, ooh, a simpler place and time. Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna be with him on that midnight train to Georgia.
Man, what happened to music?
I know, right?
That's all I'm thinking through this. It's like this is just oozing with soul and passion, and you feel like she just loves what she's singing, and you can feel the intensity. She's drawing you in certain sections, and then she just explodes with this vocal power, and it's mind blowing. Like I said, to think like, R&B is probably one of the few genres where you still get really great vocalists that come through, but like even this is a different level of R&B.
Yeah, I feel like on the channel, going back in time, we've done a bunch of male vocalists that have a really deep soul aspect to their vocal, but I feel like we haven't really done that many females that have that kind of sound to their vocal.
Yeah.
So this is really cool and different, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. And I'm loving the background vocals in this as well. Like I feel like they support her vocal very, very well.
Well, they're also telling the story too, right?
Well, I was just about to say that I like this as well because of the storytelling aspect, right? Like you're kind of envisioning how this whole situation is playing out.
Yeah, but I really like how she's speaking, right, and saying some things, and then they chime in the background and add a little added note to what she said.
Yeah.
Really, really creative. I mean, this bass line is just, man, it is fat. It's just right in my ear. And, it's complemented so well with her vocal there, right? So loving this one. It's so smooth, and it just feels authentic. I don't know how to explain it. Like when I say that the music feels so different here than what we hear today, it just sounds like repetitive, the same chords. Like this feels authentic, like it was created.
It's almost like you can feel the emotion of the person being sang about in the song, in the music. And,
it's
I
like
think
they put their soul into every aspect of it. The music, like the instrumentation,
100%.
the vocals,
It
the
has
lyrics.
these peaks and valleys like you would in a real emotional experience, right? And I think like another thing that's kind of interesting is that the lyrics of the song, like they're telling this story that's something that a lot of people can probably relate to, right? Like compromise in a relationship, like thinking that everything is going to be perfect, chasing after your dreams and it's not working out. And you you didn't see your life. This isn't the way you saw your life going. And like all of these things that I think people like failure that people can relate to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Said he's going back to find a simpler place and time. Oh, yeah. Not gonna be with him. Oh, that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Oh, he's leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. Yeah. Ooh, y'all. Said he's going back to find a simpler place and time. Ooh, y'all. I've got to be with him. Oh, that midnight train, Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Gonna go on the midnight train ride for love. Gonna go, gotta go on the midnight train and go for love. Gonna go on the midnight train and go my world.
She's great.
His world, our world, mine and his alone. My world, his world, our world, mine and his alone. I got to go, I got to go, I got to go. Hey, I got to go, I got to go. My world, his world, my man, his girl. I got to go, I got to go.
Jeez, she crushed it, man.
Yeah, that was really good.
Storytelling, like you said, was cool as well, right? You got the story of kind of the love, the power of love, that's more important than, in that you have to sacrifice yourself sometimes for love if it's truly what you want. And in this case, she's sacrificing herself for him, and he sacrificed as well by trying to chase his dreams, but realizing, well, it's not going to all work out. So he's going to go back to a place that he already knew in Georgia.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, one thing that really stood out to me in this, like you said, is just really like the deep, emotive, soulful. Like it makes it seem just so like you can connect with the music and it makes you feel things. Even like it almost makes me feel like I'm like in her position, like putting myself in her shoes. But like, I have nothing to do with that. So.
Yeah. And it says Georgia, and I think we read that they're from Atlanta, right? So I could still feel some Southern influence in this
Yeah.
as well, which was cool. So all around, really cool experience. Nothing much like this, and she crushed it. But again, not to overlook the background vocals, not to
Yeah.
overlook.
I love in the background too when they were like, woo woo.
Not to overlook the musicianship as well. That was great. So all around, 100% for me. This was fire. And Sam, I think you agree,
Yeah,
right?
I liked it a lot.
So that's 2 thumbs up from us. We need 1 from you. Hit that down below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give us some suggestions down below. Come back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching.